Hello, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo, in my street clothes, as it were, sitting with Harry.
Hey, everybody.
And camera Mandy behind the camera.
Hello.
And we are here at Genghis Khan, having all kinds of fun. Yes, marvelous fun. We played a game last night, did we not?
We gamed last night.
Yes, that was fun. So
There's an echo. Hold on.
Oh, there was an echo.
Someone is saying there's an echo.
Well, could
I
it
see
be?
it. I see it.
No, she sees it. How do you see an echo?
Okay, let's start one more time from the top because then I can just cut off that intro for the YouTube.
All right, for all of you people watching YouTube, we have cut this now, right? Okay. Hello, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo, and I am here in my street clothes, repeating myself because of the echo, right? Aha, yes. And this is Harry. Say hello, Harry.
Hello, Harry.
Why you got to be like that, sir?
It's the oldest joke in the book.
Oldest joke in the book. And we are old.
And we are old. Someone actually called me old on Facebook this morning.
Oh, nice.
They said they're playing with new friends and old. So stop calling me old. Man.
And camera Mandy is behind the camera. Say hello, camera Mandy.
Hello.
So we are having a great time here at Genghis Khan. It's so much fun, and we have met so many friends. And obviously, we've had marvelous experiences with Jeff and with Zyathé and with Jameson and a lot of studio people who came up and played the game show. It was marvelous, right?
Yeah, a lot of game luminaries.
Many, yes, really. And Donnie came up there. Andrea, of course, played with us, you know, and then a bunch of players from the audience. So it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, that was pretty cool bringing the players up. That was really nice.
Yeah,
that was really
nice. Well, I want to talk about Harry's minis in a bit, but I don't want to do that yet. So what I want to talk about first is I want to thank you. Most of you, I don't know if you watch the show, all of a sudden out of the back, this guy said that whatever we raised from the stream, right, which was nigh on, I don't know, $1,500-$1,600, something like that, right, that Harry was going to match that. And I happen to know Harry pretty well. He doesn't really have a company. He's just doing that out of the goodness of his heart. And so we raised between Gooey Cube and some other folks and Marvelous Harry, we raised probably $3,200, $3,300, $3,400. So thank you.
Yeah, super happy. I mean, the great charities, you know, we're going to post those up, right? So people know.
Absolutely.
And for those of you that have the ability, you know, please donate. You know, I know not everybody can, but they're great charities to support. And if you need, take a look at those services. And if you or one of your friends need one of those services, reach out. They're great people.
Yeah, Jasper's Game Day, I know is one of the big donors or benefiters of the donations. And they're all about suicide prevention in the gaming community. And I will say that I know this last 2 years has been incredibly hard for a lot of people. They've been isolated and they haven't been out in their community. And like what's so amazing about Genghis Khan right now, and I might just start crying because it's really emotional, is getting to see people for the first time getting to go out and play their games again.
Yes.
And reach out and touch people and be able to. Sorry, I'm getting all emotional because it's been hard, you know. It's been hard for a lot of people to just be isolated.
Yeah, we've given a lot of hugs.
Yeah.
We've given a lot of hugs. It's been it's wonderful. No,
if you're feeling it and you need help, reach out to Jasper's and the other organizations. And if you have the opportunity to go meet people and game again, you know, take advantage of them. This is
Yes. Well, since most of the people watching are Gooey people, right? Because this is this is that stream that we do on Saturday mornings, right? Called Goo Morning Zyathé, which was named by Adam, who is here too. He's over sitting on the bed. Say hello, Adam.
Hello.
Oh, was he loud enough to ring?
I think that we heard it. Yeah.
Adam is making sure the video quality is good. Yes, well done, Adam. Yes, he might be playing a computer game as well, but I'm not sure, right? So,
I'm monitoring the stream from over here.
Stream monetization. Yes, this is what he is doing. So listen, so all you Gooey friends out there, thank you for coming to the show and supporting us. I don't know if you saw it, but I don't know, 600, 700 viewers, right? Camera Mandy.
Yeah, we had a great number of Twitch viewers, and I know not everyone could stay for the whole thing. I'm still crying over here.
I see that.
I'm also thinking about Casey though. Here's the deal: is that when Casey got Con of the Con, like I had held it. It was a very stressful event in terms of like the technology was not functioning for us. But I was holding it together. And then Casey got his sword, and oh my gosh, that moment. If you guys go back and watch the stream in like the last 10 minutes, Casey gets Con of the Con, and he was so touched and so happy.
Just his face, he was beaming, right? It's just amazing.
Yeah, it was so sweet. So I'm sorry, I'm like over here just like kind of a mess.
Yeah, she is kind of a mess, but it's all right. You're still beautiful, camera.
Oh, thank you. I don't have to be on camera, so.
So no, listen, all of you, thank you so much for this support for this, and we hope that it was fun for you. We're going to do it again at Gen Con, I think, and I think Zyathé and Jameson have already said they'd like to play again with us. and there's a couple of other celebrities that might. And of course, we had Marvelous Jeff on there, and Marvelous Andrea, and Donnie, and Derek as well, right? He's an artist who came and joined us.
Yeah.
He was having a great time.
Yeah, he was
Derek
great.
was he was insanely enthusiastic.
Yes,
I loved
yes,
it.
Yes.
So-
Okay, so I want to tell a little tale, and then I want you to tell I want you to take it once I start it, right? You start.
We're playing this game here?
Really
Go ahead.
okay. So I know some people have had issues with Twitch. Just so everybody knows, this does stream over on Facebook as well.
It does.
So if you are having any Twitch problems, it seems like I'm watching the stream on my phone and Adam has it up. And so it seems to be running on Twitch. But if you're having any issues, please go over and watch it on Facebook.
I think sometimes Twitch is a little hard to install in some situations, and there's a two-factor authorization that they require. I think it's required now that.
Yeah, because it's a platform that is really vulnerable, and so they don't want your credentials and your identity to be stolen. So the security is super important, and so it's cumbersome to set up, but it's really important because Twitch is actually trying to protect you.
So you know what's cool about Harry? Harry is a cybersecurity expert. Yes, indeed. That's why I keep him away from my own personal computer, because those guys can hack anything. Yes. Can you
Actually load it onto your phone so I know where you are.
So anyway, so here's this tale. So we're at Gen Con in 2019 before the Great Plague, right? We're down there, and we were in well, it was packed. You remember, right? It was packed. It was wall to wall.
Yeah, it wasn't the record-breaking year.
Right.
That was the year before, but it was pretty darn close.
Yes.
So I think Gen Con brings 65,000 people to Indianapolis. So that's a lot of gamers to reach.
Yeah, it was crazy, and we skated in under the rails because they asked for proposals for Entrepreneurs Row, when we didn't know anything about anything, right? We had just made these things, and we didn't really know what we were going to do with them, right? Which was kind of dumb, actually, when I think about it.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes, and this is what I've learned from you,
You just
have to jump off the cliff.
Yes.
Just jump off the cliff and hope that there's something soft to land
Indeed.
on. So,
Or you can be Bob Ross and hope for the happy accident.
Yes, the happy. Yes, well, except for I could never get that perm. I have too little hair on top to get it'd be all
There's
perm
a story
back here.
about that, but we'll save that for
There
another
is a
day.
story about that, right? That he doesn't really have that hair like that, right?
No, and he did it for like at the beginning, and they wouldn't let him change it. So he had to keep his hair like that.
Yeah, that's why it was all damaged at the end of his career, right? It was.
we derailed the stream.
You get Harry involved, and it's going to be Sidetrack City.
So anyway, so we're at Gen Con, and we skated in under the rails because we did this proposal, and they liked our proposal, and they liked our materials. And so we ended up in Entrepreneurs Row, and we had the amazing fortune of being next to the marvelous people at Eldritch Foundry. And the people at Eldritch Foundry were giving away a free miniature to anybody who came to the booth. And so we ended up with a throng, which people told me typically didn't happen in Entrepreneurs Row.
Correct.
So you know about this a little bit. Yeah. So we ended up at Entrepreneurs Row, and the second person who came up to our booth looked a lot like this guy.
Oh, me? Yeah.
You. and we had a little chat, and I think you bought all our stuff.
Yeah, what everything you had for sale, I bought. And then I was not real happy about it because it weighed like 90 pounds.
We are now doing free shipping.
From the cons, yes, free
Not
shipping
from
from the
Genghis
cons.
Con, because we live in Colorado, so that makes no sense. But all of the other shops.
Well, Mike said yesterday he had a person come up, and we have the super bundle now, right? Because we have chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, the World Book, West Verdestia, East Verdestia, and of course the 2 map packs, right? So we'd get a little more expanded product line. And he says this guy wants to get the whole bundle. I said, he doesn't want to carry it, does he?
I have a great comment that you're going to love.
Tell me.
From Stefan. My first Gen Con was in 1996. 10 by 10 booth, sold out all of my first Dwarven Forge debut sets in 4 hours.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah, Dwarven Forge stuff is amazing.
Stefan, I just want to tell you, I mentioned it last night. I had a friend in California who worked at Berkeley Game Distributors, and he had permission for a few friends that they could go to Berkeley Game Distributors and get a discount on materials. And my friend calls me on the phone because he knew that I played with dominoes. Dominoes, we painted dominoes gray, and those were our walls, and we loved them, right? And we loved miniatures. And my friend calls me and he says, you have to come down here as soon as you can. And I said, what? He says, there's this new company called Dwarven Forge. and they have these amazing things, right? And so I went down there and I put way too much money on the credit card than I should have, because Ms. Goo and I had a little chat about that after I bought it. And I went home with like 8 boxes in my trunk. 8 boxes in my trunk. And these things, I broke them out for the next game, right? I broke them out for the next game, and my friends were like, what is this?
Well, my story was a little later. So Gen Con did a California convention for a few years. And so the first year, Stefan came with his product, and I bought everything that they had. Luckily, I was a local, so I could put it in my car and drive it home. But yeah, amazing stuff. I love it.
Yes, and of course, better and better all the time. And I love your story, Stefan. And I told this to Nate, and it was marvelous to have a chat with him. And I'm pretty much a fanboy. I know I'm old, but I'm pretty much a fanboy.
Hey, you're never too old to be a fanboy. So
anyway, thank you for being there last night with us and being so encouraging. And Jameson and Satine, I had breakfast with them this morning, and they say you're just a marvelous person. So, and I've heard that from more than a few. So thank you for your little support for us and being at the stream last night. So anyway, I'm all thinking about all my Dwarven Forge stuff that is coming in the Kickstarter.
Totally
So
that's how Harry came to the.
So Harry came. Yes, that's right.
He back on track.
Sorry,
he wasn't happy because he had to carry around all these boxes.
90 pounds.
But now we're doing free shipping from the conventions.
Wow, Camera Mendy did that really well.
Yeah, she brought us right back in line.
So anyway, so this guy shows up, and I'm sitting there, and he buys all our stuff, and he joins this little community we had, which was just like 50 people, right? On this.
Yeah,
Facebook.
there wasn't that many people at first. Yeah,
right. And we did the Discord meetups and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, was it Myron or was it the spider?
I did the Arachnik Revenant first.
Yes. Out of the blue, appearing on our little Facebook page, is this sculpt of this monster that is in chapter 1, which is called the Arachnik Revenant. And I look at this and I go, who did this? This is Harry. This is Harry. This is Mr. Number 2, right? So I was like, that's Harry. So I said, all right. But then you did Myron.
Myron.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and tell us the tale. What is this? So he started sculpting all the miniatures that we have, all these crazy miniatures. So anyway, we'll tell more of the tale, but just tell us about how this happened.
So the strangest thing, obviously you guys do marketing on the side, right? That's your side
company.
gig,
Yes, I
right?
did. Like you are a cybersecurity hacker person, you know that.
I love that you're saying that we do marketing on the side.
Yeah, right. Gooey Cube is really on the side, but it's the most favorite thing.
So in my Facebook feed, I got this ad for Gooey Cube's Darkest Dream, right? And so I downloaded, they had a free download. I downloaded so I had something to read on the plane flight to Gen Con. And my son was traveling with me. And I go, I've got to stop at this booth first because I got to see it because, there's just so much stuff. Even in the PDF, there's just so much stuff coming out. So I went to the booth and everything's laid out on the table. And then there's this character, in costume, right? And he's telling everybody about the world of Zyathé, and I'm trying to get a word in edgewise, right? Because I actually wanted to be the first customer, and so Michael, he's the one who says, "Well, that's Alphinius. You need to talk to him." And then he sold it to somebody else, and I'm like, "Dang it, I'm customer number 2." But the value was incredible, and I've been involved in this game, and I've actually worked with a lot of other companies, big and small, and the amount of value in the box set is astounding, right? It's astounding. And so there's other companies that do box sets and they're $200 or $300, right? And we have this box that has, you open the box, it's like Christmas, right? So there's just so much to do. And so I really liked it. And of course, the monsters and stuff were very interesting. The races were interesting. And I am a sculptor, as most of you know that watch Facebook. And so I'm like, I got to make some of these. And so the Arachnik Revenant was coming up in my home game. And so I sculpted it so they would actually see this creature on the table. And then Myron was just so much fun. I did him second, and then it was too late. Now I've been sculpting. I usually end up with a new character every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I think...
And you're making some people cry, like I saw Zareen today, right? Was Pam's marvelous character, right? You just posted up Zareen, right?
Yeah, that was the latest post. So... And there's a few more secrets coming because I'm traveling right now, so I can't be sculpting. And so there's more coming. So yeah, I've got a backlog. But yeah, it's been so much fun. I want to say there's 75 or 80 unique miniatures now. And so I know the most popular for all of you are when you see one of the character portraits turn into a miniature. But I actually like the monsters the best. They're so much fun.
Wonderful new monsters and give you inspiration rather than doing the same old thing that has been done so many times, right?
Yeah, I can talk about any subject for hours. So. But yeah, when you're sculpting characters, it's really, after you do the face and get a likeness, it's about the pose and the clothes. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a fashionista, so the clothes don't really do that for me, right? And so once I've got the face done, which is some of the things in my backlog, I've done a couple of faces. And so the creatures are great because it's the whole thing. You're creating a whole monstrosity. So one of the most recent fun ones was the Bog Trolls. Mm-hmm. Not to be a spoiler, but they're going to show up in a game on Sunday.
Yeah. So we.
Let me ask you: is that what MOAS is? Somebody said the MOAS last night was amazing.
So it is the MOAS. So let's just make sure it's pronounced correctly.
I just don't know what it is. I was like, what is this comment
here? It's the mother of all skeeters, right? Is that correct?
That's the creature I added to the game. So for those of you familiar with the world of Zyathé, in the swamps and bogs, there are these skeeters, the bog skeeter, and there's other kinds. And so I introduced them into this game, and then I'm like, okay, that's not enough. And so I created a new monster called the Mother of All Skeeters, Moaz. And
Moaz.
And I brought it out on the table as a miniature, and of course it's ginormous, right?
It's huge.
The whole party could fly on its back, right?
Nice.
And of course it's a wonderful miniature, but it's not my sculpt, right? It was sculpted from a Patreon. I'll post the name of the Patreon online so I can give credit to those people for that beautiful miniature. And I'm a miniature guy, so in addition to sculpting my own, I support 4 Patreons, and I get dozens of miniatures every month that I print. I went to the store the other day and spent $200 or $300 on miniatures. So I got a lot.
You have a collection of miniatures, and you have a collection of Dwarven Forge and
I
miniatures.
also have a collection of miniatures.
I know. I'm just saying, like, maybe we should combine and do something really cool.
Well, so some people don't know, we don't pay Harry to do this. And Harry doesn't really care about if I might speak for you, you don't really care very much about money, right? It's about the joy of it, right?
So I sculpt for the fun and, for the hobby, and I love doing the likenesses of people, and because that's such a special thing, but it's a gift, so, and if I were to try and make money at this, the amount I would have to charge you to do that sculpt would be around $200, right? Just for one of those. And most people can't do that.
I've literally had people message me and say, I'm literally crying right now. It's just...
Well, Geeky in the comments even. And by the way, Pam is in the comments as well.
Hi, Pamela.
You're getting a lot of love in the comments right now. And people love what you do. They really appreciate you. Michelle's in the comments, and she says, OMG, when he gave me my sculpt in person, it was the sweetest thing ever. I love it. So, yeah. So people love.
Yeah, and it's just been great. And so I have a very successful career, and so I don't need to make money.
He can hack your computer. Yes.
I'm not in cybersecurity anymore as a profession, although you never lose it, right? I worked for an artificial intelligence company.
Oh, artificial intelligence, right? What is it? You probably don't want to say the name, but Skynet is not the one that comes with the Terminator. It's this new company, yes.
No, I didn't tell you the name of the parent company. That's Skynet.
Okay. Oh, God. It's really coming. He'll be back.
This is how we got Terminators. Okay, let's get back on the track.
Did I go off track there?
Yes, we did. Just a little bit. But let's talk about the new game.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
So we are playing. So hopefully this whole thing works out with the next Kickstarter. And there's going to be a number of different adventures that we're going to make that will not be box sets. These will be sort of the wraparound, sort of the old school cover things that we've done, like Strangely Gooey or whatever. I'm hoping that the Isle of Undulu, right, is one of them. Father Jiki, right? We're going to try to do that. And Harry has this thing that's happening in the bog. Bleak Bottom Bog. And do you want to tell us a little bit about the mud mounds of Bleak Bottom Bog without spoiling? Because I'm playing in this game on Sunday and I don't want to have all the secrets told. Yes.
So I've been working on this idea for a while, and I was actually originally going to put it near the current campaign, right? So there's the other bog, right? And then the Essenverd came out, and I had a submission in the Essenverd for Bleak Bottom Bog. It's called and if you have the PDF, or if you're lucky enough to have already received your book, in the Bleak Bottom Bog, there's a little story about these mud mounds of Bleak Bottom Bog. And it even says in there that there's rumors of even bigger mounds of mud. That's a tale still in the telling. Well, that's this tale. That's the adventure we're playing. And it's a play test to, work out some of the kinks in the adventure. I'm also running it at Gen Con. The tickets will be available when events open. I'm running one each day. And so you'll have an opportunity to play in it. And but it's been a lot of fun. The mounds, it's just this weird mystery and rumors of these crazy formations in the bog, and the group is now investigating, and it's been a lot of fun. I was able to show off some of my sculpts on the table, so the characters that are playing, there's 6 pre-gens I built, so it's from the same pre-gens you would play if you're in Red Star Rising. So we have Sayer.
I got to play Sarah. I didn't have to play the cleric. Thank you, Matt. You're awesome.
How was it playing an Agent of Jinx?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah?
Because honestly, people know this. I play wizards, but my second, maybe my first favorite is to play more rogues. That's my preference. Yeah, so yes, it was fun.
Was this the first time? So it's the first time playing, but this is like the first time you really played like a custom class from Gooey Cube.
It's the first time I played actually as a player, I think in probably 10 years, something like that.
That's awesome.
So I get to be Sayer.
Yeah, and so
he's got a little attitude.
He's got a little attitude, and everybody I've GM'd for, and even in the games I played in, everybody plays these characters differently, so it's interesting to see. But I wanted to showcase the classes of Zyathé. So there's the Agent of Jinx, everybody knows. Kenna, the spell dancer.
And Jim's playing Kenna, right? Because
Jim is playing Kenna.
Jim, thank you for buying. You bought a lot of tickets, and we really appreciate it, my friend.
And the raffle, the money for those tickets is going to the charity. We raised $210. Again, great charities. And then I had to make a new pre-gen for the world because the Fusilier didn't have one. So the Fusilier is now a pre-gen. I set her up. Her name is Lex. And then for those that don't want to play those, there's 3 other characters. We have Kimber, the cleric. We have Calopia, the barbarian. And we have Brandel, the wizard. And so it's 6 pre-gens, and to excite people that might want to try and come and play in Gen Con, they're 10th level. So everybody's learning all these cool abilities these classes have. And it did slow down the game a little bit, of course, because they've got a binder full of information that I built for them.
Oh, wow, you built a binder for them?
Camera Mendy, you have no idea.
I mean, I heard about the swag bag. I did not hear about the binder.
Oh, yeah, there's a binder, and he's, of course, using all of handouts and showing pictures.
Oh, I want to come check out these binders. I'm a fangirl for a good binder. Just going to tell you. Wow, a 10th level Agent of Jinx.
I'm going to derail us for a moment because Camera Mendy is very close to my dear Ms. Goo. And my dear Ms. Goo, while very supportive of this whole TTRPG thing that her husband has done.
I have literally no idea where this is going. I'm kind of worried. Okay.
Very supportive of Ms. Goo. Now, Ms. Goo, like I said, very supportive, but she doesn't understand this at all. And in years past, Camera Mendy also did not understand this at all. And in fact, was kind of down on this.
I was not down on it.
Just a little bit, Camera Mendy.
I was not down on it. I
thought your father and I were total nerds.
No,
your brother was a total nerd.
You are total nerds. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Now it is in her blood.
Yes.
She is bloody with playing TTRPGs.
Oh my goodness.
Tell the truth, Camera Mendy.
I love it. I do love it. Yes. And the reason I never played before was because I was like, it's going to take up too much of my free time. I will never get anything done.
It was because you thought we were goofy nerds.
Not.
She thought we were goofy nerds. I remember these things. She's trying to cover up now.
I did think that you guys, this is what I thought would happen, is that you guys would get dressed up in costumes and go do accents at a table for 10 hours at a time. So, anyway.
And who wouldn't do that?
Yeah, so thank you, Harry. I appreciate that.
Hey, listen, I myself was a geek. I was just a different kind of geek. I was a Harry Potter.
I told you many times
Twilight
I thought it would
geek.
appeal to you. Yes, and finally we now know.
It does.
And she's now a GM.
She is now a GM, and she GM'd Strangely Gooey Holiday, yes, by Marvelous Rob, right? That was fantastic, yes. Anyway. And this is the thing that is so exciting to me, because you can see it, right? This is this dream that I even told you, I think we talked about it at Gen Con, that there was a lot of folks out there in the world who would love to contribute, who would love to be a part of making something rather than just buying something. And here we are, we got 50, 60 people who are in the Darkenhaven group. We've got 40, 50 people that are in the Gloomport group, right? We have had people write adventures. We have had people edit adventures. It's continuing, right? It is just continuing. Now we got all of your crazy miniatures, which 75 miniatures. I got to get them up on the website.
I'll have to recount as well.
We have to change the Shopify. So I think it's what we have to do.
We're going.
I know security not.
I'm really going down the wrong train now.
Yeah, we're going down the path. Listen, okay, there's a few more things I definitely want to hit on. First off, I want to talk about the other people who are here that are actually at the convention who have never been here before, but they came because of Gooey Cube.
Yes, so there's quite a few. Right? Alexander and Carrie are here, Chris is here, Matt and Whitney are here, and I'm going to miss some people because it's just too many, right? Doug is here, Harry, of course, is here. There are the Matt and his. I can't remember off the top of it. Forget. No, that's right. So there's another
Megan?
Matt.
There's Matt, and then there's Mike, and Mike, and then
Mike's here, right? Elle is here, obviously, right? Oh goodness gracious, that's just so many. I mean, people who have come, and I told a lot of folks, right? Because James is here, and James was like, "This is a great con," and it's a little con, right? So it's very intimate, right? It's not the same.
Still not so big. Yeah, Gen Con's wonderful, but it's almost too much coming at you.
Right.
Like when you go into the exhibitor hall. 400 or 500 exhibitors and thousands of people.
Right.
And so when you're at a booth, sometimes the pressure to move on, is really high. So the fact that you can interact with the exhibitors, you can interact with the game masters, and you can play, pick up games. I mean, this has been really neat.
Yeah.
Nice
And by the way, I want you to know this. Customer number 1 is here as well. His name is Eric. So
welcome, Eric.
You guys could get together, right? So we have a list, literally probably, I don't know, my camera, maybe 50. What do you think, Harry? 50 Gooey people, 60 Gooey people here, something like that. And I think they're having a great time. And I hope if you can't make it, that you'll come join us next year. This is kind of going to be our home con, right? So
and we 45 events. Didn't we do
Casey and the crew
like
are
45
and people are blown away. People are having a great time, So it's
I'm going to be shooting B-roll and interviews all day today, but we're going to definitely go down and get Lokebutt is GMing all afternoon.
Yeah, Corey runs this wonderful carnival thing, right? And of course he's here, right? And his friend James is here, and he actually, I think he put up a number of folks in his home, right? So
he's hosting.
So everybody can know this in the future. If you need someplace to stay when you come to Genghis Khan, you can stay at Corey's house, right?
That's going to come back to haunt you.
It's better than the B&B.
Yeah, that's going to come back to haunt you. Dude.
No, he is. Corey is marvelous, and Lokebutt is obviously wonderful. And actually, in the game last night,
I introduced some of the NPCs, right? So I tried to do Lokebutt's voice. I don't know if I did him justice, but he was in the adventure. And then Matthias, Matt's character, and Daniel's character, Leonid. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly.
Leonid. Even Matt told me he didn't know how to pronounce it last night.
But yeah, I tried to keep all the flavor and the lore.
Dan is in the chat.
Excellent.
Oh, nice. Hello, Daniel.
I had a lot of fun with your character in the game. So
yeah, he almost got picked up on. It was a strange moment. It was but it was interesting. But it was good. Yes, and I really have come to determine that at least Harry's version of Lokebutt sounds a lot like Tigger. Oh, the wonderful thing about Lokebutts.
With their bouncy, clouncy tails.
Yeah. You should have never said that. I'm never going to not be able to hear that now whenever he does his... Although he does his laugh, it's a very giddy laugh.
It's very giddy, yes. It's marvelous.
It's very good.
Yeah.
And I'm a very somber fellow, so that was really hard for me.
You did great. I was having a great time. And everybody was having... I mean, we said we were only going to play for 4 hours, right? This was the thing. But we didn't want to rush it. So we were worried. Harry was saying, I think I'm going to have to rush it because, these things sometimes they go longer, right? And we all of us said, no, what do you think about playing again? And so we're going to play the second half on Sunday. That's the goal,
That's
right?
the plan,
Yeah. So, Camera Mandy, how much, I don't know what, you didn't really have a lot of agenda this morning, right? We were going to do social media and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, no, I don't have any social media. Sorry,
We'll do
been very busy, but next week we'll tackle more stuff and.
Well, the Facebook's been going crazy.
That's what I was just going to say. I don't know that you need to showcase the stuff on social media. It's exploded on its own, right?
Yeah.
I can't even keep up with the posts that are directed just at me, let alone the other conversations that are going on. We did welcome a new member to the family, and all of us were talking about this is a really active group, so don't be surprised. Right? So just I check in a couple times a day, and it's like, oh my god, I can't even keep track of all that.
I think I logged in and I had 22 private messages and about 60 or some posts that I was supposed to review. I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do that? Right? So, but I'm going to try to hit it tonight. Is my goal.
Yeah, and so I mean that's part of this community, right? And so we talked about it on Facebook a lot, and we talked about it on Discord a lot, that this gentleman here has attracted all these kind and thoughtful people, and we all try and help each other, and different kind of creatives. There's writers, there's artists, there's a sculptor or two, there's miniature painters, there's some crafters, I don't know if I don't know if it's pronounced Karen, but she does those dice bags and stuff.
Yes,
those are really neat. And then, but there's just so many people.
Addie, who made, of course, the Gooey Cube necklaces.
She's wearing
the pendant.
Yes.
And
Paradigm Lost as well.
Yes, Paradigm Lost.
So we're just going to start shouting out.
Yeah, we're trying to give everybody some love.
They
Right?
all gave wonderful support to the show and to the charities. So
And I was actually in the exhibitor hall, and this chain had broken, and what am I going to do? And so I was trying to find a longer chain, and one of the vendors, she goes, I don't have any longer chains, but I can fix that one for you. And she was super impressed with the pendant. She goes, that is really neat, because she was doing her own jewelry too. Yeah. And really nice. And so the community is just so wonderful here, and I like to keep it friendly. So I try and respond to posts. I try and encourage people. Someone reached out to me just today saying, "Hey Harry, can you help me learn how to paint better?" I'm like, "I can help. I don't know. I'm not that good of a painter, but Yeah,
well, of course we got some in the den, right? There's teal paints, Chris paints, and Brian paints, and there's quite a number actually of people who are really, really quality.
So what I'm going to try and do, like there's the Writers Guild, is maybe do a miniatures painting in Discord or something, so that we can have some tips and maybe record some so that people can see them. But all of these things, if you need help, want to learn or whatever, the community is super helpful.
And what's interesting, I'm not really very artistic. I can't draw very well and all that kind of things, right? I can write, that's what I can do. But I watched in the old days a couple of painters, right, who really could show me how to do layering and how to do blending and these kinds of techniques. And honestly, I think I was a pretty good painter, and a lot of people have told me I was a pretty good painter. So you don't really have to be really skilled to be able to paint these miniatures pretty well and have them look great on your table. Plus, it's a great hobby, right?
And when he was having to crush the ingredients and make his own paint back in the Stone Age, right? So there's been a lot of advancements in painting technology, where there's there's a game company that does war games, both in 40,000 years into the future, and they have paint products.
Yes, they
and
do.
Their most recent paint product makes painting miniatures super straightforward. So it's faster. But it looks really, really good. In fact, most of the miniatures I'm painting now, I'm using that paint, and
because it leaves the highlight.
It does highlight and shading in one stroke, and it's just really, really fantastic. So that is, as an example, that miniature is painted using that paint, and then you just do a little touch up. So I can teach that. There's other companies that sell similar paint now. If you can't afford to buy the expensive products from this company that's 40,000 years into the future. But yeah, great stuff. And then I wanted to mention the Contributors Guild, because you talked about writers, and you've created these writers groups to develop the product and expand the lore, taking it far beyond what you could have done. But the other
what any few people could have done.
Correct. Yeah. So this mind meld, and we had this crazy discussion last night about the theology of the world. But
we probably shouldn't get into that.
That's not something I want to get into today.
2 hours and too much beer.
But I wanted to thank him for this concept of the Contributors Guild, because it was a dangerous concept, right? You're opening up and you're going to get submissions, but it's been really, really successful. And so if you're interested, you should join. And it allows you to just write a small amount and then it gets added to the books, and you get credit, and then
and a reward, right?
And Gooey does a reward, and so it gives you a chance to see. And I've talked to several people this week where, when they saw their name and their little contribution in the book, it was super powerful. And so one of my dreams when I was a youngster, when this game first started, I wanted to be a writer, right? And then a sculptor and all these other things. And I have sold my miniatures, so I can say I got that dream done.
Yes, you did.
But I didn't get anything published until Gooey Cube. So my name's in a couple of the books now. And it's just super cool. And that Contributors Guild is a great way for you to just be creative and not stress so much, because they'll tighten it up in the book and it'll be mostly what you wanted it to be.
Yes.
So like I remember the first time I read the Mud Mounds of Bleak Bottom Bog, the entry in East Rhodesia, I'm like, I didn't say it like that, but it was really good, so I didn't have too much.
Well, even yours truly gets edited, right? So editors, just so people understand in the writing, a lot of times people hear their own writing in their heads and it sounds perfect, right? It sounds really perfect because it's in your head, right? But when someone reads it secondarily, right, it might not flow as smoothly as you thought it flowed. And these are why editors are so important. And so when almost everyone who contributes is going to get a kick, right? Things are going to get adjusted, sentences get moved, right? But that's not what matters. It's the idea, right?
That's right. And the other thing to know, if you're going to be published, editing is going to happen.
It's going to happen, absolutely.
But there is no way to publish anything without an editor.
Every company that does stuff has editors.
And if you are an editor,
yeah, right. Call
Gooey
me.
could use, more for the family, but that's a very rare skill set to do that well. So
yeah, Kaya has been magnificent, really, in a lot of efforts, more than pretty much anyone else, right? But there are a number of others that have helped as well. Carrie obviously edits things, and I do as well. AJ has done editing, and a number of other folks.
But just another skill we can welcome into the family.
Yeah. So
can I pause for just a second?
yeah, do that.
Okay. So hold your thought, because I want you to come back to this. So basically, someone asked about the giveaway prizes.
Yes.
And I am going to give away 5 prizes on the stream right now.
Well, why not?
Yes, because we did not give away nearly enough prizes. I feel like we had over 200 prizes, and I think only about half of them got gone.
Oh yeah, because of just timing and all that.
Yeah. So basically, to enter,
make it so.
Yeah. So to enter, and so that way you guys can keep talking.
We could probably give prizes away up for the next number of streams.
Yeah, we're definitely. Well, we have the Nether Dark and a number of other things. So here's the deal: if you want to enter for a prize, type in !Harry.
Yes, that's not H-A-I-R-Y, by the way.
H-A-R-R-Y.
Although you're a little Harry.
Yeah.
I'll tell the story about that in a minute. But it's Harry as in Harry Potter. So
that guy. Yes, Potter.
Yes. And then I'm going to roll up 5 winners, and I'll tell you guys. People were asking what prizes were won by the Twitch winners, and I don't know who won all these because somebody else has the key to this. But like Addie's necklace and earrings went to someone on the Twitch stream.
Yes.
All of Paradigm's Lost stuff.
It went to you?
Oh, no, does capitalization matter?
Yeah. Caps do not matter.
For a second, I thought Adam said he won the earrings and the necklace. I was like, that ain't right.
Yeah, Adam's not.
So what's funny is from one of the vendors downstairs, I like to support local business and crafters, right? So I bought a necklace and earrings with little dice on them. And then I realized after I purchased it, I have no one to give them to. My wife would never wear that.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean, she's a gamer. She plays online games. She doesn't actually play at the tabletop. She gets too stressed out. And so...
Are you a stressing dungeon master? This is what I want. A game master? Is it?
They call me a killer GM.
Yeah, I was stressed out last night. The Moas comes out.
Yeah, it's funny. I put out this giant miniature, and it's the first combat, and everybody's panicking, like, we're going to die. I'm like, there's 6 10th level characters at this table, and you're worried about a mosquito.
It was a big mosquito.
The mosquito didn't even get to hit once.
Yeah, it did. Well, the thing is, the thing is, I have to say that we played that right? We burned up all the little ones that were coming.
They would have
first,
swarmed all over you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was Brandel. It was Jeff, I think, who played Brandel.
Yeah, and he did the fireball. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did the fireball right? Didn't even land on the rogue, right?
Yeah.
So
I almost got him to cast it on the boat with the rest of you. So it's like, hey, you'll be able to catch everybody in it. And using everybody as in all the bad guys, but it was everybody.
Everybody, yes, the operative word, right? It was okay. So we got some winners.
Our first one is Mordain 5, and she has won A Menace in the Mist.
Nice.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
So Mordain, please ping me on Twitch or DM me, or I don't know how Riley does it. What does he say?
Both.
Okay, yes. So please send me a message on Twitch and we will go through. Okay, so
because we'll need your address information and all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to draw another entrant right now.
Here we go.
It's Pam.
Pamela.
Pam.
Yay.
Pam, you need to tell me what you don't have for Gooey Cube because...
Pam has been very supportive.
Yeah, so Pam, we will work out what you get because I'm sure you have most of everything. But if you want...
You can get a life-size picture of Harry on your wall.
Okay, we're going to go for another one.
To give you nightmares.
Kim and Nora is another winner. So, Kim and Nora, let me know if Flolac Fusilier...
Fusilier, yes. Don't worry, it's a folio.
Yes. Okay.
I come to your emotional rescue.
Okay, thank you. No, it's the
folio. Yes, it's the folio about the Fusilier. Right?
Okay. Yes.
And by the way, while you're doing that, we're doing these so that the GUI community can check out some of these new races ahead of time and check out this class, the Fusilier class, because this is a new class. It's really new, and we want people to play it a little bit and see what happens, right?
Okay, Pam also wants the Fusilier. So
all right,
there you go.
Skiv Green Giant is our next winner of a deck of Perilous Fortuity.
I don't know who Skiv Green Giant is, but that's a cool name.
Yeah.
And the deck of Perilous Fortuity is really cool, and I actually used it in the game.
He did, yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, there was fortune that was told.
We told a fortune at the beginning of the game. It was amazing that a jester came up, a dragon came up, and the fool.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just unbelievable fortune.
Yeah. I wonder if the deck was stacked.
I shuffled the deck in front of you.
I saw
guys.
that. Yes, it was a card trick.
Skiv Green Giant is Sean. Sean Finn.
Hey, Sean.
Yes. Okay, we have one more winner that we're going to pull here. Draw.
All right, here goes the last one.
Lady Dragon 01.
Yay! All right, very good.
And if you have any of those little green cubes, throw some in the packages.
Oh, trust me. Everyone's getting a green cube.
Yeah, so also what you don't, Matt and Daniel, of course, they took your miniatures, right? And they printed a bunch of them for free.
Yeah, and they gave them, it was part of the event at the opening ceremonies. They gave them away.
Gave them away to all those folks.
For the first 200 people. And I don't know that everybody took one, so there might have been a couple of
But it wasn't many. It was because that was standing room only. You know, that place was.
She's showing, you need to show the other side.
So this is a coin that Harry printed and is giving out to everyone. And then on the back, if you can see
it's hats or no hats, right?
Yes,
Isn't that
Alphinius with the bonnet.
Yeah, the bonnet, yes.
So
I think this is liberties that have been taken with my personage. Do I have a talent release on form on
the hatless side, it says, "May all your adventures be sticky."
Yes.
And on the hatted side, of course, it's Gooey Cube, trademark, and it has the year. So this is just for this year. Now, in my bag, there's one that has the wrong year. It's 2021.
Yeah, there's one.
So there'll be an extra special one. So, and then of course I'll do this again at Genghis Khan.
Yeah, no, this is interesting, right? How it just keeps.
Well, it actually
going,
got people excited. Somebody goes, "Can we make these a little bigger for one of the games that they use
with their gambling, right?"
And then somebody else goes, "What about challenge coin? You know, you can use this." I'm like, "You can use it for
anything you want." That's exactly right. No,
I was just playing with the new feature of ZBrush, and this was the perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
I just rolled another winner because I can't stop myself. So
sure.
Oh, another winner!
Yeah.
I thought we were going to do 5. Now it's 6.
Now
okay,
it's 6.
Sounds like something Alphinius would do.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to do a solid 10. I'm just
you're
going
out
to
of
do a
control.
solid 10. I know. We really did not give away enough prizes. So Rollo Burning Sky, who I think is Dan, who's actually here, has won a player's guide to the world of Zyathé.
Congratulations.
I'm going to keep rolling. I'm going to roll 4 more. Okay.
Sounds
all
right.
4 more. All right, we will keep talking while you roll. How about that? So Harry, I want you to say, because you said it was about 75 miniatures you sculpted thus far,
at least. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, and I think most do, but we our goal is actually to have many of the non-player characters in the world of Zyathé actually be our people characters, right? So we take we take a person's image and they give us a character description.
That's right.
And we pay an artist to make a character.
To create an illustration and against that description.
Right.
And so many people have posted those. I think there's 75 people that have chosen.
It's actually more, but the people have posted, right? There's more, but yes.
And that's what I use for inspiration, right? So when I see one that I think is really cool, I sculpt it, right? And so I think what we want to do is take those characters and add them to the stories in the world. And we want to make those miniatures available. Many of the people I've sculpted have reached out to me individually, and we've gotten them a miniature. Some of the really close Gooey family that volunteer so much of their time, I've given them for free.
Yeah.
And Kim has a collection. He keeps saying, "Here, I'm going to buy them all from you." I think I've given you most of them.
I'm still going to buy them, but I'm probably going to send them out to all be painted too, so that we have because I want to put those on the website as we let people be able to see them.
So that's the concept Kim and I have been talking about. Is we make some of them are available for purchase right now that you can purchase, and we'll resin print it on demand and send it to you.
And we're going to do that with Dan and Matt, right?
So we're going to change the fulfillment so it's a little bit, a faster turnaround, and they can produce it and
because they have like 373 printers.
Yeah, they have a whole wall of printers that they print against. And Daniel did a really nice job. So I'm an artist. I work in a product called ZBrush, and I make these cool miniatures.
It's called ZBrush.
ZBrush, yeah. It's the most popular tool. Anybody who's in the industry knows what. I almost wore the hat to give them a plug.
Okay.
But anyway, I sculpt, digitally, and that doesn't mean it's going to work as a physical creation. And I don't want to get into the technical details, but I make them just enough so I can print them on my printer, right? And so I sent them to Matt and Daniel fixed them.
Right, he's got some skill in this.
So he took the art and used engineering to make it something that they can manufacture readily. And so they're going to get more of my stuff to be able to make available to people, and that they can fulfill for the Gooey Cube. And the other thing that we're going to be putting all of the miniatures online so they can be purchased.
And people can get the STL files too, right?
And we're going to sell STLs for those of you that have your own 3D printers. The other thing, as we get the relationships with the retailers, some of them have printing services, and we can get them to sign.
Yeah, one of our dear friends out in Canton is Freedom Game and Hobby, and they have I think 4 or 5 printers. I've seen them there. So yes,
and so we could get them to make sure they're tracking it correctly, and they could fulfill locally, right?
Well, and what's exciting for me is to see the Garund come to life, right? The Sarth come to life, right? The Sealy Fairy and Unsealy Fairy. They've never been anywhere other than
right. So
Zyathé.
Zadris, I think is the character name, is an Unsealy, and she's now in the world. I did a sculpture.
That's Jen.
Yeah, it came really, really good. Captain Zareen, Brad, I just finished. And then
Father Jiki is a
Father
Maroon,
Jiki
right?
is
so
Maroon.
is Kara School Tharo, right?
Yep, and she has 2 versions, one with glasses and one without, right? And then the other, I want to say I've done Carlos Foll, obviously, is one of the pre-gens, and then a Garoon. There's actually several. One is Michelle's niece. I originally sculpted it as just an orc, right, or half orc, and then she played a Garoon, so all I did was scale it up, so now she's the size of a Garoon. And then Rune, which is Casey's bride, right? And so Tanya, so she had a Garoon, so I sculpted that one up, and I gave the model to Casey this week. And then there's no post yet on Facebook, but another Garoon has appeared.
So I was almost going to say something that I should.
Well, there's a member of the Gooey family, Lawrence, and he has a very, very powerful physique, which is perfect for a Garoon. And this miniature is big. He'd take on a troll by himself.
Really? I'm sorry. He's gonna love that. He's too busy right now.
He's busy in training right now.
He's training right now, so he's very cold. It's cold training.
So I gave one to Elle to get to him when he comes back.
Okay, perfect. So I have our winners.
All right, here we go.
Here's the deal, and then I'm gonna roll a big winner who's gonna get a West Verdestia map pack, and then that's all because.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but
That's
if you guys
I'm sure the people in the chat do not mind.
They're not complaining.
No one is gonna. Are you complaining?
Exclamation point, Harry! If you have not entered yet for the big prizes of West Virginia map pack.
HAIRY? No, it's not. It's HARRY.
It's exclamation D.
Okay. So Trey Wild won.
Hey, Trey, good for you.
He won a
Congratulations.
Scundrews race.
Nice.
Lydia Chan won an Inzadra race.
Yeah.
And also Lady Dragon, I did not mention this, I had also won an Inzadra.
She gets a double?
No, she won once, but I didn't say what her prize was.
Congratulations, Brittany.
But if these don't work, just text me and we'll find something that's comparably priced. Okay, so then Geeky Hoodie won a deck of Perilous Fortuity.
Geeky, yes, marvelous.
Then up here we had two people. Okay, yes. Ella Snore won Strangely Gooey Holiday, and so did Froggy Kitty 5.
Wow, very good.
Okay.
Heather, congratulations.
And so,
yes, I'm not Ella Snore. I'm trying to remember. Come on, Ella Snore, tell me what the handles. These handles, I do pretty good. You know,
real life name, Ella Snore. Yes.
And I can't.
And everybody DM me your information, and we'll get that all added. Okay, so this is the. Here we go. Who is it?
Here it comes.
Someone. Oh, it's Drg, DYRGE, which is one of our contributors. He has a portrait. Oh my gosh. Drg.
Well, tell us who you are, Dwerg. And also, I need to know what I should remember.
Scott. I think it's Scott.
It's Scott.
Yeah, it's Scott.
Congratulations,
Scott. Do you have a West Verdestia math pack? So I know that we're giving out Gooey Cube prizes to people who have a lot of Gooey Cubes. So just let me know.
I'm going to tell you straight up, Cameron Mandy. You can never have too many map packs.
Okay.
Because what happens is over time, as you lay them on the table, they start getting a little frayed, right, as you use them. So
they do wear out.
This gives you a second one that you don't have to, kind of wear out as much.
Or you can do what I did, where I have West Virginia on my wall, and I need one for the table, so I have two packs.
Yes. Well, I'm really hoping, Harry, that over time we're able to even offer, rolled up versions that people, and we can do that to some degree.
If there's enough people to buy.
Yes, for all those individual maps.
I think we have enough people. You just need to pick the most popular zone or things like that. Yeah, those big giant. I mean, that's the big giant.
Can you imagine the Gloomport? Nine maps. It's.
Can I imagine it?
Yeah. Because you've seen. I've showed you a few things. Yes, the Gloomport. So I think this is going to happen. I think I had a nice chat with the folks at Dwarven Forge. Stefan, I don't know if you're still on here, but I'm really hopeful that the next great Gooey game show that we do at Gen Con is going to be in the Gloomport. And we'll use some of Dwarven Forge's new prototypes that they are making for the new city thing that they're going to do, and it's really, really exciting.
Is Stefan going to play?
I don't. Stefan, are you going to play?
Stefan, we want you to play. I don't know if
Everyone wants you to play. He might not still be on,
Yeah.
But I really hope. I hope that he will play. Nate said he would play for sure, and he thought Stefan would. So and Satine and Jameson have already.
Oh yeah, they had so much fun.
Yeah,
they couldn't stop talking about it.
They're like, you have to let Gen Con know that we're already in on this, so they don't double book us. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a commitment there. I love it. So.
And of course, Gen Con, we're gonna be doing it's the same thing we did last time. We've got like goodness gracious, I think 800 people are going to play in Gooey games in this. Yeah,
we're accommodating 800 people, and like I said, I'm running that adventure too. So Casey had everything all set up with all the existing games that we run, and so if you've repeatedly attended, you might have played them all already, right? But we still are getting a lot of new people. And I said, well, I'm going to run a game, and you could almost see the tension rise in his face, even though it was an electronic communication. And I said, don't worry about it. It's a 10th level adventure, and then it just gets hot. His tension just keeps going up and up and up. And he's like, well, Harry, do you have a description? Well, I don't know. I was trying to be you. Right?
Why do you got to do that to poor Casey?
No, I told, and he goes, you're going to take care of everything, right? I said, yeah. I just need to know if it's okay, right? And so he helped me get it set up, and so that obviously Gen Con will assign me a table and everything, but it's going to be the Mudbounds of Bleak Bottom Bog. 10th level adventure. So I know that excites a lot of people because if you play in a game with Alphinius, you stay level 1 for your entire career.
That's the goal.
My goodness.
That's the goal. Level 1
Here's
forever.
what I will say is that the slow leveling used to drive me crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But then Rob laid it out for me in such a special way in terms of you are learning to bond with people and rely on people. Because when you're a level 10, which I do love playing higher level characters, don't get me wrong. We once played a level 17 4-shot and it was amazing. But with, you're learning to love your troop and rely on your troop. And that just plays into the story.
This is the thing, right? The thing is that lower levels are more challenging for obvious reasons. Your players don't have as much resources, capabilities, magic, all these things at their disposal, right? And also the process of growing, the process of gaining really makes the character more special. That's, again, this is my belief set. That doesn't mean that you can't, we're all game masters, we scale it up. If you want to run it faster, you just got to scale it up a little quicker. That's just what you got to do.
Absolutely. So, and I like to start a campaign either at level 1 or level 3. And so then you learn your abilities as a player, what you can and can't do. And that's what, sitting down at the table like last night, it's like, okay, Harry, what's this ability you picked for me, and how does that work? And there are 3 of them are brand new character classes, right? And so it's like, how does Opportune Strike work, and how does Spell Dance work, and how many rounds does it take? And I'm like, you guys are acting like I know this stuff.
Well, I tell you, I was pretty impressed with the Agent of Jinx at 10th level. I was thinking, well, this is pretty cool.
I spent a lot of time making sure that they had solid abilities and that they would play well at this table, right? And so a spoiler alert, a minor one, is there are Algidians, right, that are a big part of this adventure, and they don't speak common. Exactly, that's what they speak.
I have the hiccups, so I'm really sorry, guys.
You have the hiccups. Turn off.
I do. I know. Okay, but hey, before we go, because it is 10:57.
Okay.
We need to give some information about the party.
Okay. Yes, for all you who are here at 10 o'clock tonight in the video game room, there's going to be a little Gooey Genghis party, right? And it's just for the Gooey Genghis people. I mean, I'm sure people show up. We're not going to turn anybody away, right? We don't do that, right? But
if they don't have a badge, we will turn them away.
Yes, if you don't have a badge, you can't come in, right?
It's bummer. Adam doesn't have a badge.
Well, I can probably get Adam.
We can get.
Oh, she's going to go to the party without you. Yes, right. Hey, she's kind of a celebrity,
No.
But to support Genghis Khan, you do need to have a badge.
Yeah.
For this, it's an actual Genghis Khan event. Yep. And if there's a Gooey family member or whatever, we can probably come up with something. Just come see one.
Yes, and we'll have a little bit of foods to taste. There will be a cash bar thing, so it'll be fun.
Where is it located? Because I actually had someone in the elevator last night ask me.
So where we had the opening ceremonies. Right behind there, to the right, is the video, and there's a sign that says "Video Game Room."
Us when we first came to visit.
Yeah. I thought it was there. I just wanted to make sure that we.
So that's the same place that opening ceremonies were held, in the back, to the right, and there's a sign that says "Video Games," and leads right to it.
Awesome. Well, any final thoughts before we head off?
Let's go. I want to go check on the booth and see how Els and Mike are doing it. Did Lolo come up today? Do you know?
I don't know. So I just think it's Ellen.
I think some other folks are coming up
If you won a prize at the Great Gooey Game Show and you are here, your prize, I have them in my room right now. I'll be bringing them downstairs.
If you're present, obviously.
Yes. And then also, please do whisper me here, but I will not be. Checking the whispers until Monday. So just know that we'll get all the prize stuff. We have like a billion things to do. I have interviews that I'm going to be doing up here.
I'm excited for your little.
I know, we're going to do a little video. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to be running around today shooting stuff, not shooting video.
I think everyone knew.
I know, okay.
I think everyone knew. They don't think you're pulling out your crossbow.
My fusilier,
your fusilier. Yes, I think everyone understood, yes?
Yes, okay.
Did you understand, Harry?
Understand what?
And with that, we have...
I was thinking about the gloom board.
Yeah, we're It's so much fun. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. It's been great fun, and I love all of you. And I'll be Matt Mercer. And is it Thursday yet?
Is it Thursday yet? The really question is it Saturday yet, right? Hope you'll continue to have a little coffee with us on Saturday mornings. We're having a great time out here at Genghis Khan. If you can make it next year, come join us, because it has been a blast. May all your adventures be sticky.